The AfriOne Show, voice of a new tribe, where the Afropolitan spirit rises as we come together to rebuild Africa, Nigeria, and its marketplace, empowering its people and the diaspora with everything they need. Together, we form a new tribe, creating opportunity and access to markets, driving reinvestments, fostering collaboration, and working to elevate and one another with proven solutions. A true revival in Africa is possible, despite the challenges, though through intentional development that drives innovation, delivers mutual benefits, and inspires a culture of ownership for Africa and Africans. The time is now to unite, innovate, elevate with the Afropolitan Apostle, Darlington Steve, on the AfriOne Show, voice of the new tribe.
All right. Is it morning? We are still in morning. Yes, we are still in the morning. I think I'm used to afternoon, so I almost wanted to say good afternoon, family, but it's morning. And for those of you who are joining us live currently now, this is morning. And in case if you're shocked as to what is happening, the show has shifted from 2 p.m. to now 11 a.m. Every Friday. And please, I think I want to apologize to say, at this season, especially this last quarter of the year, you will pardon us because we'll be doing a lot of shift in terms of making sure that we adjust our time properly to be able to accommodate the masses of people that would be interested in this very particular broadcast. And so the show has officially shifted from 2 p.m. to now 11 a.m. every Friday. I think some certain things also will be coming. So please, I want to encourage you, wherever you're watching us from, just please maintain that very particular platforms, especially on all of the AfriOne social media platform, just to make sure that you get a lot of updates that is going to be coming on this very particular platform as to the things that we do as Africans. So one more time, we sincerely apologize for the shift of time. Moving forward, it's going to be 11. And if anything has to change, we'll keep you updated as we go along. So I remain your host, the Afropolitan Apostle, all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. And today we're going to be talking about powerful business development strategy that can literally enhance market visibility and also growth. It's an interesting conversation for me that I want to bring on board. I think it's based on some of the emails that I have received, and I did a bit of a research to look at some of the companies that I follow all the time, and I think I like those very particular companies. One of them is Coca-Cola, the other one is Apple. In terms of banking, also GTB Nigeria, and so I'm going to be bringing a bit of a case study around those very particular guys, and to see how they manage to be able to scale their business and also to be able to get visibility that they are doing currently. So that's what we're going to be looking into. And also, by the time is ripe, we're also going to be receiving your call for a 50,000 naira seed investment. Someone was asking me yesterday, I think I got a WhatsApp message as to the 65,000, what is happening. I think by the time this show is over, I'll be sitting with a team and we're going to be reviewing the emails that you guys have sent, and so that we then see who is going to win that very particular board game of national cake, and also the 65,000 naira that we are given for the month of October. That is just for that October 1st. But remember that very particular. So for those of you who are watching now, you may also want to catch out quickly by going on the post of AfriOne Show. You will see a video of me talking about national cake. I was holding a particular board game. And you may just click the form there and quickly want to cash out on that by giving us a simple answer of, if you were to develop a blueprint of Nigeria, what would that look like? And what sector are you going to be able to morph to be able to make Nigeria a country that needs to be upheld, or probably to help us redeem the giant of Africa that we once were. I use the word once. I choose to believe that's my personal opinion. There was a time Nigeria was a giant of Africa, but at the moment now, I don't know if we're a snail or tortoise. It's up to me, for me to be able to still find out on that very particular point. I think somebody was arguing with me about Nigeria still remain the giant of Africa. I said you can actually check that and see from our passport index. The moment you go anywhere and you drop your passport in international organization or at the airport of foreign countries, they look at your passport and they see Nigeria, they look at you again. Like there's this look that they come like, okay, damn it, wow. That's how bad it is. I think I was looking at Nigeria and Zimbabwe. I was comparing Nigeria and Zimbabwe passports. I know you like why Nigeria and Zimbabwe. That's how much our passport is literally. It has lost relevance to the point I was comparing with Zimbabwe, Malawi, South Sudan. You know those countries whereby we know that like we are that side. So you can't compare Nigerian passport and South Africa. I'm sorry, you can't compare it with Ghana. You can't compare Nigerian passports with even Tanzania, because they actually, in fact, Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, yeah, not Switzerland, you can't. But it's quite shocking to see that Nigerian passport currently now is sitting at almost 20 visa-free country and 55 in terms of visa on arrival, which is bad. Which is bad. I was complaining, not really complaining, I was having a dialogue with some executive, a big name in Nigeria, and I was saying to him, I said, see, all of the African countries, majority of the African countries, let me rephrase my statement, are currently now pioneering a visa-free Africa. The question I asked this very particular personality who was sitting beside me, I said, tell me which visa-free that Nigeria currently have to any of the countries in Africa. Let's leave the world. Tell me any visa-free country that Nigeria is. Ghana says visa-free, Rwanda visa-free and stuff, but how many African country can come into Nigeria as visa-free? This is me speaking to Minister of Interior. I think that's how they call you in Nigeria, Minister of Interior. Please and please, I don't know what you are doing, but chances are whatever you are doing, the only good news I've heard is the fact that now you can apply for passport and you can get it in 2 weeks, which is okay. But at the same time, in terms of international recognition, what are we playing? What global influence are we making in the continent? It's a conversation that I would really like to have with you, Minister of Interior, for you to come to AfriOne. And this is me throwing a formal invite to you, Minister of Interior, for us to sit and let's begin to see a way of how to literally begin to bridge this very particular divide as far as the Nigerian ecosystem of things is concerned. It's painful. It's painful that we are called the elder brothers, but I believe that this elder brother is sleeping. Some of you African countries need to wake us up by literally holding a shambok and literally shambok at the right place. I'm not against people calling Nigeria out, to be very honest, I'm not, especially if it has to do with things that we are doing wrong. Call us out, because this elder brother needs to wake up and begin to change some certain things. And so it is up to us, the other African countries, to be able to do that narrative. With that being said, let's go straight into the business of today so that we can then be able to run the things that we need to run today. So today I'm going to be talking about the business ecosystem of things in terms of business development, which is very important. And so as to see how to be able to position your business in such a way whereby you can then begin to attract some certain level of visibility and growth. And hear me, these are not stuff that it's going to come easy. I believe that every business has a potential of growth. Every business has a potential of growth. Please, if you can hear me, let me know, because I don't just want to make sure, okay, I've been giving a thumb up. So every business has a potential of growth. I don't care what you are selling. You might be selling whatever that you are selling, or you are producing a service, whatever. If you understand the metrics of what everyone is doing, you can also do the same thing and also be able to get something out of it. Every organization is of two things. Number one, the vision, how big the vision is, and number two, the people that is working around you to make the vision to become a reality. So which means the team that you bring on board are also very important, but the team also must understand that there is a vision that that very particular organization carries. So which means the ability for you to become very selective as to the people you, and hear me, with your business, you don't need to play emotions with it. It's all about service delivery. So you have to deliver. And the people that you are bringing on board, it's all about their KPI, the ability for them to be able to perform at an optimal, what you call performance, so as to be able to get the vision of the company or your organization and stuff going. If you are selling plantain chips, my question to you is, what's the vision of your plantain chips? Do you want your plantain chips to just only remain within the Guarimpa area, or you want it to become a global phenomenon? And there are metrics you can actually put in place for that very particular plantain chips to become a global stuff. Let's be honest, as much as Uber started at first, we get to understand that Bolt currently now is competing with Uber. So which means you can go in a field and literally muffed that field. Just because the place is crowded does not mean, I've talked about crowded market for quite some time. Just because a place is crowded does not mean that you can't create a niche in that very particular crowded space that will give you an edge in the industry where you're currently occupying. I think I had a privilege of speaking to my team. I think we were driving somewhere yesterday or so, and we were just talking about I don't know if I know it's this week. We're going somewhere. We're talking about the whole issue of between the Dan Tata family and the Dangotes and stuff, and how Dangote now is currently now playing in the oil space. Let's be honest, the oil space is a cabal that's, whether I like it or not, there are players in there. But he just came in of recent, I think less than 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. I choose to be corrected. He came into the picture and stuff, and now he's literally ruffling some feathers. Because why? Some people are not being innovative. Some of the market guys who are supposed to buy his product were not buying his product. The next minute we know what is going on. The guy decided to literally just import 4,000 trailers and cripple and cripple literally that very particular market. And people are not finding it easy. They said he's playing a monopoly game. Let's be honest, monopoly game is literally what everybody's playing, including me looking at you currently. We're all. For those of you who are Christians, monopoly game is literally what your God is playing, in making sure that as long as you confess Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, He didn't give you two type of confession, He gave you one. So which means He's making you to understand that this is the method. So monopoly is part of the game. If you look at the devil's strategy, devil own is even much easier. You don't need any loyalty to devil. Just refuse Jesus, you're already with devil. It's as simple as that. I like that guy's strategy. His own strategy is like, it's like free spirit. You know, when you have those free spirit people like, no, I'm not serving God Almighty. And the guy's like, thank you very much. You are serving me. Like, no, but I'm not serving you, devil. He's like, don't worry. Did I need you? You do my assignment. And that's it. At the end of the day, that is his own monopoly strategy of recruiting people into his kingdom. God also has his own monopoly strategy of recruiting people into his kingdom. The same thing also applies to AfriOne. Part of our strategy we're doing currently is all of this we're doing on Fridays, on Wednesdays at Armed Forces Radio. So hear me, everything has a way of literally monopolize the market for your better advantage. And so I see all of this to make you understand that we are going to be looking into 10 powerful business development strategy for marketing visibility and growth. And so, like I said, I'm going to be looking into it on different organizations as to how they do it, so that you and I can be able to adopt some certain models and also begin to position ourselves quickly on how to do this. My time has officially started now. Number one, in terms of positioning your business, to be able to get to the point where you begin to get market visibility, and also you begin to see some certain levels of growth in your business. Number one is what we call brand positioning and consistency. Brand positioning and consistency. You must be able to position your brand. What makes your brand different from other brands? For instance, I'm going to be looking at Coca-Cola model. What makes Coca-Cola different from Pepsi? What makes MTN different from Globacom? What make a tea salad? Is there a tea salad in this country? No, I think it's a tea salad on 9 Mobile, something like that. And that's how you know how long I've left the country. I know a tea salad. Somebody was saying to me that I should start coming down and start talking about Nigerians and stop doing South Tea. I'm learning. Now, what makes Telcom different from Airtel? Now, it's all about their brand positioning. There's a way they've been able to position their brand, and the consistency of how they've been able to put their brand has given them that very particular market visibility, and also the growth that they are currently compiling. So you must understand that in terms of brand positioning, the strategy here is the fact that you must own the emotions or experience, not just the product. And we're talking about brand positioning. You must own the emotions. See, everybody, I have this very particular flair of this very particular energy drink. And now let me not say the energy drink name, to the point that my staffs at the office, they are warning me, sir, this is Nigeria, calm down. And I think that this is Nigeria, calm down, has come down. It has calmed me down finally. But guess what? The reason why I buy that very particular brand of energy drink, it's not because of the name of the energy drink. It's the experience I get. It's just this ooza that just comes in when I take it. I've tasted other brands and stuff, but that one just stays. And guess what? Even that very particular product that I buy is even chances are even more expensive than others that are in the market. But because they've been able to position their brand in such a way and they have maintained consistency, many a times, just because the business or probably the cost of purchasing a particular product has gone high, many of us then begin to compromise on the consistency of that very particular product or services that you are rendering. You must understand, no matter what, Coca-Cola, the express of Coca-Cola you have in Nigeria, if you find yourself in Canada or you find yourself in China, you would want to actually have that experience of Coca-Cola again back. Because why? It's an experience. Many of these big brands, and that also includes you who is a tailor, tailor fashion designer, you guys are the same thing. Those of you who are into service of things or probably production of material, you must understand that people are not just buying your product, they are buying the experience. There is a feeling that very particular product, the command that is making us to remain loyal. There are some certain people that will tell you point blank that if it's not Da Vinci or if it's not what you call Salvatore Ferragamo, they are not going to buy that any other product. Some people will tell you point blank, if it's not this very particular perf, I'm not going to buy any other perf. Why? It's the experience. Do you want to tell me that there are no any other perf that smells like that? Chances are they are, but they have gotten a certain level of experience. There is a certain level of feelings that they carry when people smell that very particular things in their body. And so because of that, it has created a brand loyalty with these very particular people. My question that I need to ask you this morning, how are you positioning your brand? How consistency are you in making sure? For instance, this morning I can tell you point blank, I'm not feeling too okay. But as I was saying to Echo, I said, this is soldier work. I have to report at the office. And I think before this one was coming, I was speaking in tongues in my spirit. Lord, give me strength, give me strength, give me strength. Because why? That is a brand positioning I want to make everyone to look at, so that in case if I'm not there, we have instilled the brand such a way to the point that if Echo or if Nadi or if anybody that will sit in this very particular place, they will understand that this is how the brand is and communicate it from that very particular point in, what you call point in view. So you must be able to position your brand. So which means, for example, Coca-Cola sells happiness and togetherness, not just soda. I know that you will say Coca-Cola has a lot of sugar and stuff, but guess what? People are still drinking it too. People are still drinking it. You may have your own biases about the sugars and all of those things, especially all those health junkie kind of people. That's okay. But guess what? People are still drinking Coca-Cola. They are still drinking Coca-Cola. Every ad, campaign, and partnership reinforce that very particular feeling. Haven't you noticed that Coca-Cola, when they are doing their advert, you always see happy mood. You see this person is jumping to go and carry this thing, and when the person carries Coca-Cola and is drinking it, there is this bubbling that comes into this person's spirit. See, all of those things is just to form some level of happiness into you watching it. That if you want to literally enjoy happiness, drink Coca-Cola. That's what they are doing. Your energy drink will tell you, some of the company, I think it's Energy, if I'm not mistaken, they will tell you that when you take that very particular drink, that very particular drink, you can literally run and climb a mountain. And you're like, it's not possible. But guess what? They are telling you that if you drink that very particular stuff, the energy that you can derive from it will make you literally run to a mountain. But what are they selling? All they are selling is the drink, but they are selling an experience. They are selling the feelings. My question to you this morning, listening to me, what feelings or experience are you selling with your product? It's not just you just giving me a product for me to buy. You must be able to capture my feelings. There is something that I want to get associated. That's why people may come to your brand or to your business or to your services and they only buy once and they don't come back again. Why? Because they cannot be able to capture. There's some certain feelings. See, let me say this. If you can capture your customers' emotions, you're in business for life. You are literally in business for life. It's not even about the product. It's the emotions of your customers. If you can capture their emotions, if you can capture, I think I remember Echo and the team, they went out of recent for one of the 50,000 seat guy. And I was asking the guy on the phone, I said, how do you feel? He said, no, AfriOne, they keep to their promise to the point that I've benefited more than 5,000 naira before even this very particular 50,000 coming to this thing. Why? It's an expectation that we have dropped to make you understand that anything that we do based on brand positioning and consistency, we deliver. We may take time because sometimes we're also trying as much as possible not to repeat the same product, want to bring different product. We may take time in calling you to say you want a stuff because we have to do our research and our due diligence. But at the end of the day, the feelings remain the same. That these guys, they will definitely deliver. At the radio station, what you call on Wednesday, the guy we partnered with in terms of the the board game and all of those things, brought the board because for me, for example, I was saying to one of my colleagues, I say, if the man did not even bring the board, I will go and buy it and do it because why? There is a position of my brand that I'm not going to compromise simply because of somebody not bringing their product or for the person to win. I'll go and buy it with my money because I need to maintain the integrity of the brand. So which means what you need to do is the fact that you need to define your core brand promise. Define it. What do you want people to know about your brand? You are a fashionista. I mean, you're a fashion designer. Some people must be able to wear your clothes and feel good. It's not the fact that you now show clothes and this place here is standing like this as if it's a horn of what. Calm down. There must be a feelings that the person must be able to enjoy. So number one, brand positioning and consistency matters most. And we looked into Coca-Cola as a model. Number two, which is very important, I'm going to be using Facebook on this one to be able to talk about it, which is called customer segmentation and personalization. Customer segmentation and personalization. And this one, guess what? The only company that I know thus far that they are doing well with that is Facebook, which is the metaverse of things. His name is called Mark Zuckerberg. I think funny enough, I watched a video where a lady, an Igbo lady, was giving Mark Zuckerberg an Igbo name. I was laughing at the name was very funny. And there's a way he pronounced the Zuckerberg on an Igbo terms. I'm like, so Mark Zuckerberg, you have an Igbo name. So maybe you need to find a lady and also collect your chieftaincy stuff. I was watching it literally yesterday. I was laughing in my mind. It was actually a funny name. I think it's Mark Azu, something. But then there was an Azu somewhere that the lady added to Mark Zuckerberg's name, but it was very fun. But now you need to understand number two, that is a thing called customer segmentation and personalization. Have you noticed that, for example, I've seen Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, which is Facebook, they've been able to understand your preference to the point that when you are about to search, the day this one happened to me, I was literally just sitting down, just talking, and I'm like, I need to get this very particular product, blah, 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 all those very particular thing. And the next minute, I open Facebook. That was... I was like, I know this guy is, I don't care. This is modern wizard. Because why? They have actually checked my activities. They know my thought patterns. They know that if this guy come into this very particular page, these are the things that he's looking for. Have you been able to understand your customer need to that extent? Do you know that before Facebook, chances are there were other social media platforms that were there that we did not know? Mark Zuckerberg came with Facebook, and now he makes us to feel as if without Facebook we can't survive. Haven't you noticed? So which means you can literally get your customers to make you feel that without them, they can't survive. The guy was so good at segmenting. 5 of us can be on Facebook now, and we are all not seeing the same thing. Because why? He has segmented the people. My question to you, have you taken out time for you to study your market? Look at all the clients you have currently now. Let's say you have 10 clients. Have you taken time for you to check this 10 clients? What is their preferences? What is their like? What is their thinking? What's their thought pattern? I know that they complain most times in your business. Sometimes those complain, look into the complaints. Why is this X person saying this is this, and this Y is saying this is that? And then you begin to segment those people to the point that this is the advantage of segmenting your customers or probably your clients coming into your offices and stuff, is the fact that you now know the next product for you to produce, even without them knowing that they need it. You now know. As I'm saying this, I'm just laughing because that very particular day, that thing shocked the living day out of me. I'm like, Azuka, what is going on with you? I think that's the name, Mark Azuka. What is going on with you? Because you must understand that Facebook uses data segmentation to deliver target content and ad. Haven't you noticed that for those of you who use Facebook as marketing and stuff, you put your product, you describe whatever, put your poster, put everything. It is so detailed to the point that you can choose to say you only want XYZ to see your product and stuff. And the XYZ are literally going to be the people that will see your product. Market segmentation. At the moment, Mark Zuckerberg platform, which is Facebook, is actually one of the biggest advertising platforms online, as far as the advertising online of things is concerned. Because why? You can literally structure your marketing system on Facebook to the point that you will get the exact kinds of people that you're looking for if you follow their metrics. My question to you, the customers and the markets, the markets you are penetrating or you are about to penetrate, have you taken out the time for you to be able to position your customers, segment them? Hear me. You can literally be selling one thing to 5 different people at a 5 different price rate. It's possible. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, I'll use him again, on which is Facebook. Do you know that on Facebook, if you want to target some certain sect of elite or some certain sect of professional people, the amount you are going to pay for the advert is totally different than when you're actually going to do a general kind of stuff. Because they know that if you are targeting Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, South Africa, Tanzania, and co, you discover that the market, this thing will shrink. But if you are saying I'm targeting Africa, They will just go and drop it in one village for you because they know that you are not core. The moment your customer segmentation is core, the price value of that thing also changes. You can literally be a fashion designer and literally you can serve a particular client for 2 million naira. You can still serve a particular client of 100,000 naira. It is possible. And yet everybody do not still know that they're actually buying from your shop. Because why? You have segment your customer and their personalization of their product is also different. So which means you have to build customer database based on behavior, location, and spending power. You have to. You have to. For example, myself, there are some certain people who will consult with me based on entering business in Nigeria and stuff. Yeah, I'm very honest. I also do it based on location. If I see that your location, I ask you, there's a form I'll send to you. I ask you, you fill that very particular form. So from the location and the way you answer the question, I know that this one has money. If I tell this person that my charges, okay, I use South African rand at the moment. If I tell this person that my charges fee 2,500 rand for me to talk with you for 45 minutes, you pay. But there are some certain people where I know that, okay, I have to bring it down to the point that where I know that at that moment I would think Nigeria, I'm like, okay, let's just do it for 1,000 rand, which is about 85,000 naira. Why? Different location, different. Does that mean that it compromises on my value? No, I will still give value because remember, like we're talking, is brand consistency. I will still give the same value, but location of things also matters in terms of the pricing. There's a price in which I'll put for international community and there's a price I'll put for local community. Because why? I have been able to take my customers and I have segmented them into various sect of people. So please, number 2, you must be able to customize your customer. You must be able to segmentize your customer. And you must be able to give them personalized experience. Number 3, quickly, as we begin to go deep down again, what do you need to do when it comes to business growth and visibility? Number 3 is what I call product diversification and adaptation. Product diversification. See, if you're only selling one thing, and maybe this is the Christian in me coming out. I'm a Jesus boy. If you're only selling one thing in your shop, then something is literally wrong with your product. Or probably something is literally wrong with what you are doing. You must be able to sell, at least in that same company, you must be able to sell 4 things there. How did I derive that very particular idea? When Adam and Eve were in the garden, if you notice, I didn't say Adam and Steve. Just saying, I said Adam and Eve. For those of you who are still Steven, please calm down. I know my name is Steve, but it's Adam and Eve. I just have to go that road. Because from these things, we need to start talking. We need to start saying it now. Now, do you notice that in the Garden of Eden, literally, Adam and Eve in the garden, it was 4 sources of income that were coming into them. So which means the average man must have at least the minimum of 4 sources of how to diversify their product. I was speaking to one of the people around my space and I was saying to them, I said, I'm at a space where at the moment we need to start beginning to create products and also brands and stuff that is also linked to AfriOne. For example, with AfriOne Network, we have the AfriOne Network, which is the consulting side of things. We have AfriOne Property, which is the property side of things. We have AfriOne Invest, which is the investment side of things. That's where we give you the seed of what's called a seed of 50,000 with no returns. But if you want to go beyond that, we can talk and we'll ask for some certain returns or probably an equity in your business. We also have the AfriOne Foundation, which is the foundational side, which is the empowerment side of things. Just because it's foundation doesn't mean that it's free. It also have to cost you. Then we also have the AfriOne Hospitality. I'm only just saying that for the first time now. So they are all there. That's 5 under the brand AfriOne. So guess what? That then begins to give us a wide varieties of income that is coming into the business. So you must be able to diversify your product. Product diversification, which means you have to expand without losing your identity. Can you expand without losing your identity? I know, yes, you are selling, let me use plantain chips. I don't know why I like plantain chips and stuff. I know you are selling plantain chips, but do you know in the plantain chips, you can actually have the plain plantain chips. Underneath again, you have the strawberry plantain chips. Underneath again, you have the vanilla plantain chips. Underneath again, you have the Oreos plantain. You create, diversify your stuff. And as if that is not even enough, in the same plantain chips that you are literally doing, you can literally start a training for the plantain chips that you how to make a healthy plantain chips. That's what Hidabachi is doing. That's what she's doing. She's only selling food. The other day she came out, the next minute she's cooking food in a very big pot. What is she trying to do? She's trying to enforce something. And guess what? You know, I was saying to somebody, I said, this lady is smart. And I like her strategy. She decided to do, remember the time when she did the cookathon, where the first one. After then, she finished the first cookathon. She did not wait. In 1 month time, she entered into a training stuff. Her shop is still there that she's selling now. She entered training stuff. I was told that over more than 30,000 people registered, and they were all online. And when I saw the price, sharp man, it was like if people call me and say black Jew. I was calculating the total amount. I'm like, this guy is smart. Guess what? Even of recent that she finished that big pot that she did in Lagos, immediately again, the training was enacted. Why? She's looking for a way. As she's doing that very particular stuff, she's training, she's cooking, she's selling. Do you know also people are also consulting from her in terms of that very particular stuff? Still Hidabachi, but yet she's diversifying her product. My question to you today, you want to grow in visibility, you want your markets to be big and stuff. Can people look at you and say, okay, fine, I don't want your jollof rice, but I want you to teach me how to make jollof rice. Can you do it? Or you are one of those people. Now, let me say this will help somebody. I'm trying to find a way of how to say it. Regardless of the product and services that you are currently rendering, if you are not training people in that space, you are not making yourself as a captain of that very particular space. Hear me, I'll repeat it again. Regardless of your product and services that you are currently offering, let's say you are a furniture maker, hear me, have a training school. You are a mechanic, have a training school. The training that you are doing makes you a captain in that very particular space because they will see you as a thought leader. They will see you as a leader that knows this thing than you just being one of the guys that just train. No, the training side of things, I mean, one of the guys that produce, the training side of things gives you an edge in the industry. It gives you an edge. You think Idabachi is crazy for her to put people to train? No, she knows what she's doing. Oh, there, she knows what she's doing. You think me sitting down here and also doing all of this? I know what I'm doing. There comes a particular point 5 years from now, literally. For those of you who are consulting, for example, with 2,500, you might discover that it's literally like what one of my elder brother, permit you not to mention his name, but if I say it, you will know. Where he's now saying for you to be a mentor under his stuff, he was charging in dollars and all of you were shouting. But guess what? It's because he's been able to produce results. There was a time he was doing it for free. Now, as a property guru, he's now telling you that you need to pay something over 50 million naira. You are shouting. That was the time he was free. So you must understand that product diversification is important in you getting market visibility and also in terms of you diversifying your portfolio. The number 4, what else again do you need to do in terms of growing your markets, which is very important? Number 4 is what I call strategic partnership and collaboration. Strategic partnership. Hear me. I know that we live in a time and age whereby competition looks as if it's a fight and die stuff. That no, I want to be the only captain in the industry and all of those very particular things. The best of the best company that I have seen literally in my few days on planet Earth, they literally grow based on partnership and collaboration. And that is one thing the Church of Nigeria has been able to master. You think that, what's it called? Borrow me the name. I'm going to just use random name and stuff. And if I mention your name for this example, please forgive me. I know you people can be very spiritual on those very particular things. You think that Femi Lazarus cannot do his own event alone without inviting anybody. He can, but he understands the place of strategic partnership. And when he's doing his event, he can bring other pastors. Is it your likes of Reverend Samoye when he wants to do something? He's having his yearly. Haven't you noticed that come next year, all of these very particular men of God will be having conferences and stuff, and they invite one another. It's called partnership and collaboration. They know that two together, we can push things together. But there are some of you literally in your business. If I ask you, who are you collaborating with in running that very particular business that you're doing? Chances are you will say, no, I'm alone. Not like God with me. You will crash you. You think that God is, Jesus is stupid when he was sending the disciples to go out and preach and he sent them 2 by 2. Because he knows that in the industry, you cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. Even us as AfriOne Nigeria, for instance, we're looking for partners and collaborators to come on board. You guys are watching me currently now. You might be interested and say, okay, I like what you guys are doing. We want to partner and collaborate. You can use the number that is currently going on the screen and give us a call and we'll talk. But hear me, partnership and collaboration is important. For you to know how partnership and collaboration is for a man, when God was creating man in the Garden of Eden, for the first time we saw God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit coming together to make man. So which means no matter how men try to be independent, you cannot scale or you cannot be able to gain visibility the way you were supposed to get it without a place of partnership and collaboration. You must be able to partner and collaborate. I'm going to use this sector, which is the bank and the fintech. The banks, no, those guys, they are very good. Do you notice that, for example, your likes of your Kuda bank and all of those very particular bank, your Kuda, your OP, and all of these guys, literally, they have a way whereby they partner with the main banks. And yet they are the fintech guys. Your big bank, I think I was checking, what's the name? I was checking GTB, and I discovered that GTB actually have a platform of their own online payment guys, which is known as Squad. Now, Squad is literally a different market entirely, but they understand that if I don't partner with these very particular guys, people are diversifying their market experience and stuff. So let's just partner with this. This was the biggest mistake that brought down Nokia, because Nokia thought that they were the captain of the industry. When Google or Android went to meet Nokia and said, guys, let's partner. This is the new this thing. They refused. Because the moment you get to the point where you begin to feel that you are the captain of industry and nobody can be able to shake you, and yet we can check and we can't find any collaborations or partnership with your product, hear me, you're on your way fast to going down. Fast to going down. So instead of competing, collaborate. If you find somebody that is in that same space whereby they occupy something that you don't have the access to, partner with them. Don't compete to kill them. Do not. You know, I like saying this very particular one. I know it's a dodgy explanation and stuff, but that's the only way I can say it. For the first time we saw with God and devil, and this is me just giving an example in my head. So Christianese, please calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. For the first time, this is only my opinion. For the first time we saw that both God and the devil, they partner to achieve one aim. What is the aim? To kill Jesus. But the agenda of each one were totally different. For God is to create more Jesus in the life of the people. For devil is to kill that very particular Jesus so that it can be created. But there is an underlying factor that they agree. Let's kill this man. My question to you in your partnership and collaborations with the people that you have, what is your core aim? Or in fact, not even that. Do you even have one that you're partnering with? I think there was a day I saw this on social media. I don't know how true that is, but allegedly. Let me say that. I have seen, what's her name? Vicky James. Yeah. Vicky James, literally, she is so confident in her product to the point that she can literally wear other designers' products on her. And yes, she's also a designer. So she partnered with those. That's why she is still the captain of industry, or when it comes to that market. I remember when she was celebrating her birthday, I think 10 days to her birthday, she was wearing all of the other people designers. She called them to come and design their stuff. Guess what? As all of that were happening, yes, she was giving those other guys visibility, but guess what? She was remaining on top. She is still on top. The moment you want to talk about somebody to design your cloth, chances are by the time you mention 3 names, you mention Vicky James. Because why? She understands the place of strategic partnership and collaboration. So listen to me, please, family. Don't collaborate to compete. Collaborate to complement. I'll say it again. Don't collaborate to compete. Collaborate to complement. I think there's this very particular lady that I see all the time with Vicky James, and when she's doing something, the lady's there and all of that. And I was told that the lady also runs her own fashion firm and stuff. But Vicky James is not intimidated in doing those very particular stuff, and she literally collaborates. My question to you is, who are you collaborating with? Bank partners with finance for digital payment. Which one are you doing? I know you are producing that. See, I think after we're done with this, sit back and look at this 10 point that I'm mentioning and ask yourself, where am I lacking? Because hear me, the next idea is literally in this very particular continent or this world that we are, it cannot be based on one man alone. It has to be based on partnership. You know, when I hear people use the word, I'm a self-made millionaire, that statement is a demonic statement. I'll say it point blank. It's very wicked. Now I'm a self-made millionaire. The question I ask them, when you make your product, were you the one who buy your product? When you make your product, were you the one who market the product? Were you the one who buy use? No, there are other people that comes in that make sure that I understand that yes, you are the vision behind the product, but you are not self-made because somebody opened door for you somewhere. Now I was saying to a particular friend of mine, S, and I said, no matter what, especially when it comes to Abuja of things or Nigeria of things and stuff, for me to be where I am today, I know that the people who God has positioned for the doors of Abuja to be open unto me, I know. So I can't wake up tomorrow and say I'm self-made. No, As I'm sitting here, there's somebody standing behind the scene there that is making sure that this very particular camera is actually going well. So I cannot wake up one morning and say, no, I'm self-made. I have teams of people who are good at what they do because why? We partner. It's a partnership. Yes, I know that, yes, you say you pay them salary and I hear you. That's fine and cool. But what if they refuse to accept a salary and to work with you? What do? Nothing. So when we have that mindset, we don't then see our staffs or the people who are working with us as just people who are slaves that we are rendering a favor to them. No, you will see them as part of your partners in your organization. And when you take your staffs or the people working for you as a partner in your organization, I bet you the ideas that will be coming out from them, because they feel as part of the product, you'll be shocked. You too will be like, how? Wow. And sometimes, can I be honest with you, it's not even about salary. It's satisfaction from the people that they know that this is part of me. So number 4, strategic partnership and collaboration. Number 5, my time is really running out. Number 5, what must you do in terms of having a market entry space? Number 5 is the fact that you must be aggressive in visibility and storytelling. Be aggressive in visibility. Be aggressive in visibility. Your visibility must be aggressive. Be aggressive, which means dominate public awareness through emotional storytelling. Dominate public awareness through emotional storytelling. Tell stories. Tell stories. I think I was sitting with a team for us as AfriOne. I was saying to them that it's high time for us to be able to now start looking at stories, come up with different stories. Let's begin, because while we are at that space of things now, you must understand where your company is currently and start to tell stories. There's this very particular man I love so much. I've forgotten his name, but he's the CEO and founder of PalmTech. I think it's PalmTech or PalmTech. It's not PalmPay. Yeah, I will say this PalmTech. Yeah, I think his name is called Chido Berem or something like that. Yeah, you say I check things. The guy is very good at storytelling. How he went to go and look for comedians. Even me, there's some certain things I'm developing. Mr. PalmTech, please, sir. If you're watching this very particular video, or anybody who knows Mr. PalmTech person, please send him this video. That is something I want to develop. I need your partnership and collaboration. And I need you to help me with some certain things in it for us to be able to make the next billionaires. Because I want to join your billionaire conclave. But guess what? One of the things there is the fact that this man is good at storytelling. Very good. You will see Julie. I think that's the name. But you know, I follow them. Julie, Jago, I think it's Jago, yeah, Julie Jago. Then there's other one, Julie younger brother, AK Papilo, AK Papa or something. So you see, I follow. Me, I'm learning Nigeria very fast. I'm on 6 months. I have to catch up quickly. These 3 people, and now there's other guys again that are coming gradually, but these 3, they are the main guys. I think at first it was Julie, then later on we now see Jago and this other one coming on board and stuff. But guess what he's doing? He's all about telling stories. You will see Julie enter on that mechanic. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? It was later I now discovered that all of that story was leading to PalmTech. Literally leading to PalmTech. My question to you today, what aggressive storytelling are you telling? Do you know that with the plantain that you are currently plantain chips, you can tell a story from the forebears of how your grandfather, they used the plantain and how the plantain was what delivered them from the gods of the land, and all of a sudden the plantain become, you can just find something and tie your plantain chips with a story. And the next minute, the next time the person is buying plantain, they are thinking of that story. Can I be honest to you? Up till now, in my head, that's how much Mr. Chido Berem guy has. If I'm thinking of car repair, I think of his man. I don't even know if he has a branch in Abuja here. But guess what? He has so much dominated the online thing for me, to the point that when I think of mechanic, I think of him. There was a day I was driving, I looked at him, I'm like, I knew it was not. Then I discovered it was PalmPay. Because in my head, he has imprint mechanic repair. Because why? He's telling stories. You will see the man stand with AK to the point that they're selling out the property one, where AK and Jago, they will now go and be carrying his document and they want to go and sell it. And the man is saying, my prodigal son. And you would think the man is late. I mean, the man doesn't have a job. He has a job. That storytelling is the job that is making people to buy his property or to do business with him. What stories are you telling? How are you trying to be visible? See, I think on other people again in Nigeria that I know, and to be very honest, I love that about Nigeria, which is the film industry. By the time all of these actors and actresses, they make their film, have you seen their aggressive marketing? I'm like, guy, calm down. They don't mind to go and carry. There's one like that. They went to carry what you call Oga RMD. I don't know who produced that one, but they went to carry Oga RMD to come. I was like, kilo day. But guess what? It's aggressive marketing. Aggressive marketing. Whatever you can do to make your product. See, can I say this to you? Mark Zuckerberg and even the social media of things has actually said that for people to get used to your product is the fact that in a day you have to post for more than 50 times. I say, day. I am not doing 50 times, to be very honest. So we will need to also, we as AfriOne, look for social media expert that will be doing 50 times a day. But guess what? And I think I remember one marketer. I think his name is called. I'm seeing his face, but I've forgotten his name now. He's the guy who wrote the book called 10x. The book called 10x. You'll find him because I read the book. He says that the way he grew into becoming the number one marketing expert in the world is the fact that every day he makes sure that at least he posts 100 times on social media. I say, for you to even count it, now I see the 100 times. I see his 100 times. Why? Because you must understand that the moment you are posting, you are not the only one posting. Mark Zuckerberg has over 2 billion users, if I'm not mistaken. 2 billion users are posting at that moment also. So the algorithm is struggling. Who do I pay attention to? Who do I pay attention to? Before I know, so you need to keep bombarding so that it gets to the eye of the people. It's aggressive marketing. Mark Zuckerberg has even made it easier, especially with social media, which is Facebook and all of the platform. You can actually boost your distance to make sure that at least you even go farther. It's also part of aggressive marketing. I know that, yes, you will say, no, I have prayed, I have fasted. And so God is going to be, we have this cliche we say in the church. If God is your marketing manager, even the devil will buy your product. I hear you. But even God will want you to also put your product out there where they can carry it and market it. So put it there and make sure that your product is there, consistency, so that it can get to the eye of the people that will see it. So which means in place of aggressive marketing, you must be able to dominate public awareness through emotional storytelling. Number 6, quickly, because I'm trying to push for time. Number 6 is what I call digital transformation and automation. Very important. The ability for you to use digital of things. Please and please hear me. Not everybody will come to your office. Not everybody. For example, this very particular thing I'm putting on my ear, it was online. I saw it. Maybe because for me, I'm used to online of things stuff. Online, I saw it and I'm like, okay, I like this version of this earpiece and stuff, because earpiece for the longest of time, I've actually wanted an earpiece. But the problem is the earpiece, earpod, whichever one. You know what I'm trying to say? This one here. Now, I don't want to mention the name because it didn't pay me for advert. But guess what? When I saw this very particular type, I don't like the one you poke in your ear because it's sore for me. So this one literally, like, even though because I mentioned it now, I literally doesn't know that anything is there. Sometimes when it's a ring, I'm like, okay, but what's ringing in my ear? Then I remember something is there. But guess what? It was online. I saw it, and those guys, they are very rugged in advertising. Now they're already advertising something in my. I'm like, this one look nice. Oh, I think yesterday night, as much as I was perhaps in, I was clicking. I'm like, this one looks nice. But guess what? It's the whole issue of digitalization. By the time I literally bought the thing, I was literally lying on my bed, opened there, typed the whole stuff. The next minute, after 3 days, they brought the thing to me. I did not go to their office. My question to you is, how are you using digital to advance your business? There is a particular client that literally wanted to come to my office and stuff. He said, no, I need to meet you so that we can then be able to say, I say, sir, I say, yes. The meeting you want to meet me, are you bringing cash? He said, no. Can we do it online? He was laughing. He said, are you in Nigeria? I said, yes. But can we do online? Because all we need is for you to develop link. I develop link. We are fine. We see that we talk. You must learn on how to adapt. See, you better adapt, otherwise you'll be out. If you think I'm lying, go and ask AI. That guy is not taking things easy on any of us. I think the other day there was a particular music that we had and stuff. I can tell you point blank without any doubts that we've actually produced the thing with AI of things. Literally. So which means the digital space, there's a lot of compression that is happening, that you must be able to get yourself into that very particular space quickly. So which means in place of digital transformation, scale effectively, trying to use tech. Your business that you're doing currently, there is a tech advantage to it. Find it, deploy it. Before people would get your phone number for your phone to ring, you must have been able to put system to the point that by the time it gets to your phone ringing, they want to pay, or they are confirming your bank account. As simple as that. So please, I want to beg you, apply. The banks are not crazy whereby they give you an app on their phone, because they are trying to make sure that you don't come to the bank all the time to withdraw money. They know why they give you app. Just sit on your phone there, transfer from one place to the other. When ATM, when the ATM machine was causing problem, Your people like Money Point and Co. They try to come up with digitalized stuff, give you that device called the POS so that you don't still go line up at the bank. You can then sit there with that POS lady and collect your 100,000 naira cash that you're looking for, obviously with added this thing. But how is the lady transferring the money back into her account? It's also the digital of things. Look at your business and begin to look, what are the digital gap that are missing there? And now, there are some of my kind that literally will buy your product based on digitalizations. Because if I have to come to your shop, or imagine how many shops I need to go to buy your stuff. Now, some of the equipment we have here, literally, it was online. I can tell you point blank, it was online. We bought the thing, and the thing is currently sitting. Now, some of you currently are still afraid of actually buying stuff online at this time and age. This I can tell you point blank, your village people is against you. If you are afraid of using digital stuff, I know that yes, there is fraud and all of those things that are out there, but that's where prayer comes in. And if at all you fall victim of fraud, you will learn from it. Life is all about learning. And so I don't see all of those very particular backlash as a demonic stuff. It's just that for me, it's just saying be careful. But it's like, for example, it's like saying that because somebody died at the hospital, then you are sick, you won't go to the hospital. You will still go. You will still go. Number 7, quickly. We're talking about how to be able to get market visibility. Number 7 is what I call data-driven decision making. See, one of the fastest online people that are literally cashing out in this place are data analysts. Those guys, if you are trying to look for an online course to study and go, please study data analysis, study AI of things, because AI of things now, those guys, they are not normal. But you see, data analysis and stuff, data can literally help you to segment who are your customers, capture data. In your business, capture data as much as possible. Always look for data to capture. Always. At every call that comes into your company, save the numbers. And every form that they fill in your organization, keep those forms. Because those things would form the data. They will form your next business idea. And like the church in which I'm going to currently now, they like saying a statement that is very interesting. At XYZ, we like receiving feedback. Now, why did they tell you that they like receiving feedback? It's because all of the data of feedback that they are going to get will help them to position their church properly. Do you get feedbacks? Feedbacks are actually part of data. By the time you are putting the feedback stuff, and the person will put his name and phone number and email address now. Those are details. When they complain, create a box where people can complain. Their complaint can also help you strategize and package your business in such a way that you can then begin to get tractions out of that. I think I don't want to say much about this very particular one, but data-driven decision making is very important. You can actually use Google and Facebook as part of ways for you to be able to generate data. Sometimes, let me even say this. I don't understand why many of you are afraid of actually doing surveys. Surveys are part of the ways for you to get data. Sometimes just ask some certain question. There are different online platforms that you can do surveys. There's even one called SurveyMonkey or something like that. Use all of those things. Before you put your product out, let those things do a survey to see, get information about that very particular stuff. Then later on, then develop from the solutions that people are suggesting. It helps. It helps. Number 8, as we begin to bring our thought to a close. Number 8, what must you do in terms of market visibility and also growth? Is the fact that you must do what is number 7, customer experience and excellent. Which means make every customer interaction feel like premium. This one, see, I almost wanted to leave the mic. Nigeria customer cares. Nigeria. I have to say this, whoever is employing customer care in Nigeria, you guys should do better. I beg you, people, do better. Your frontline people literally will determine whether somebody will buy the product or do business with you. It is very important. Hear me. Everyone who comes to your business, that person is a potential client. But you see your frontline guys, in my church, we call it greeters. You see those frontline people. I think there was a particular company, let me not mention their name because they've called me for apology and stuff. The way their staff talk on the phone, you'll be thinking, did I employ you? Or doing the job, is it by force? If you know you can't smile, do you know that the moment a customer pick the call and there is a way you sound, the customer has already concluded in their mind that they are not going to do any business with you. You call somebody, hello, how are you? And the person is talking to you as if they are using their nose, as if you are the one who is causing their problems. All of us have problems. The moment you get yourself in that very particular seat as a frontline, be happy. Hello, good morning, and welcome to AfriOne. How can we be of help to you? Even though I'm dull, I'll answer. For those of you who listen to my show on AfriOne radio show and stuff, no matter how much it sounds, I think somebody was saying to me a few days ago, you say you were not feeling fine. The way you are sounding already doesn't look like because I understand that at the moment that person is calling to contribute to my show, I can't be doing I'm not feeling fine. Hello, I can't be doing hello. Hello, good evening, and welcome to AfriOne Show. How can we be of help to you? Straightforward, and the person is talking before I know what's going on. Please, I want you to understand, customer experience is very important. Frontliners, let me say this to all PAs. Is it PA or receptionist? They call you people. The PA is personal assistant, receptionist, the ones in front. Please, I use God beg you, and whatever that you know that is dear to you, because sometimes it may not be God, it may be whatever. I use God beg you, and anything that is dead to you, I beg. That front you are sitting, that is somebody's business. The person is going to pay you salary. Take that job serious. And if you know you are not going to do it, please fire yourself. Let the company go and employ somebody else again. Smile. Don't just stand there and look as if the earth it's on you. And you don't understand what I'm going through and stuff. Tell the company, go on break. Let them employ somebody. Your voice, literally, how you sound on the phone, literally would make a customer buy or not buy. You can kill the business sitting there at the front. So, frontliners, I just God beg you. Let me say it in broken. I just God beg una. I beg una this smile. And especially these people, MTN people. I don't know what. Hello, you are speaking to MTN. How can we help you? That is dull. Telecommunication, MTN and Airtel, you people have that problems. So let me say it now. Change your frontliners. Let them smile. I'm not afraid. I have some. I even collect their name and number. I dare you, dare me. I'll give you their name and number for you to see the nonsense they are doing. So please, I don't know how I got here. That's why it's called the AfriOne Show. We need to balance. This thing called excellence, we have to do it, ne? We can't be saying black excellence anymore. It is only in Africa you hear black excellence award. As if excellence issues is only for the white. Then they are awarding us for doing excellence as black people. I don't understand. Excellence is a human thing. It's not a black thing. Have you ever seen the White Excellence Award? But it's only in Africa you see Black Excellence Award and you are happy collecting. That's an insult. To be very honest, that's an insult. Customer cares, please. And those of you who run customer care services and stuff, train your people. Let them know how to smile. Their voice is greeting. Smile. For that reason, let's go to point number 9. Because I was just angry on that part. By the time I was jotting down, I even put it focus so that I remember. Number 9. As we begin to close, one more point to go is the fact that expansion through market intelligence, indirectly grow through research-based entry. Don't just grow. I think it was Echo and some of the other people that was asking and saying, okay, come, sir. I think it was Echo, if I'm not mistaken. One day he sat down the chair, was asking, sir? Yes. I see that you are paying us salary. Me, I'm not just saying to collect salary. How are you making this money? I love that day. Funny enough, it was a good thing for me, to be very honest. I don't have a problem. I think they just want to be sure that, I hope you're not doing drugs. I know that's not what he's thinking, but this is me concluding my head. Well, this guy's asking, Nigeria, just come for abroad. I hope you're not. Let's know what we are taking home. So that in case if we have to leave the company and go and pray before Hawks and whatever they call those company come and knock the door. But what is it trying to? I think I remember I was answering him. I said, see, all I'm doing currently now, that's why we benchmark the money at that level, is the fact that we're doing research. We're using that for us to be able to understand. And I can tell you point blank, I think sometimes when we send email out, or probably we ask for certain things, when we see the response that comes, we know that there's a lot of work to be done. So all of the things we're doing currently now, the 50,000 we're giving out, it's, to be very honest, it's all about research base. Because by the time they go and they come back, I ask them questions. So how is the place? And by the time they give me feedback, I jot it down. It's okay. These are the places we need to mitigate. These are the places we need to be able to do stuff. And so by God's grace, from next year, you'll be seeing a lot of things coming out that you'll be like, okay, but this is not how they were doing it before. All this time, they were all research-based products we're doing. So I think for Echo now, at least you would have been able to get more clarity. So which means you have to grow your business through research. Do a lot of research. Test some certain things. In fact, some of your partnership and collaboration should be research-based. Let me collaborate with these people. They have this very particular people. Let me see how this market is talking. Some of you want to enter into a certain space, find people in that space. If need be, pay them to also be in that space to see what is happening there, so that you can create a product or an experience that can serve better in that very part. That's why partnership and collaboration is not a demonic strategy. It's for you to be able to have an advantage in your business. For example, those of you who are selling product, let's say, for example, you are selling plantain. I don't know why I like plantain, because I have plantain chips at home. Those of you who are selling plantain chips, have you taken out time for you to carry your money, go and buy other people's plantain? It's part of your survey to test how their own is sweet, so that you can improve on your own product. And sometimes even carry other people's plantain and your own plantain. Go out there, do these video things that people like doing, these pop-up questions that they ask on the street. Eat this plantain, eat this plantain, eat this plantain. What is the taste? At least you know your own plantain. You want to hear what people are going to say about the other plantain. So you take point. Sometimes these things are simple. It's just the fact that you just think that things happen by accident. No success that you see on planet Earth that happened by accident. It was intentional plugins that people put to get to that point. Finally, number 10, you must be able to get to the point where you understand that if you want to get market visibility and growth, you must be able to sustain growth and social impact. The ability for sustainable growth and social impact. E.g., Coca-Cola and Microsoft, they succeeded in building a purpose-driven brand by people's respect. Sustainable growth and social impact, which means your ability for you to be able to understand that if this very particular thing will have to grow, you must be able to earn people's respect. Like, I think I will never forget one of the callers on the radio show. And every time she likes calling on the radio show, I just want to say thank you, blah, 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 this very particular. And guess what? A different caller entirely called and said, I used to doubt that what you were giving, but there are some certain callers who called in, made me believe that what you are doing is true. People will doubt you, that's okay. But you must be able to consistently make people respect your brand and your product. With this being said, family, these are the 10 sustainable ways for you to be able to get into the business development of things and creating strategic movement in creating visibility and also growth. I'll be very fast at listing it again one more time. Number 1, brand positioning and consistency. Number 2, customer segmentation and personalization. Number 3, product diversification and adaptation. Number 4, strategic partnership and collaboration. Oh, my dear, I can say this 100%. Partner. I use God and everything you serve, take beg you. Learn to partner. Number 5, aggressive visibility and storytelling. Tell stories. Don't just let us buy your product. Tell us the story behind your product. I think there was a post I posted on the group where these dragons were asking this guy the name of his the name of his company. The guy literally did a banner. The spelling of the name of the company was wrong. Guys. It is well. Let me leave it. Number 6, digital transformation and automation. Number 7, be able to use data to be able to make your decision. Number 8, customer experience matters, which means your frontliners. Please invest money in them. Take them to school. Do monthly, weekly, quarterly trainings for them. Let them be able to expose themselves to some certain things. And number 9, expansion through market intelligence, which means do an extensive research. And finally, sustainable growth and social impact, which means build a purpose-driven brand that people want to respect. That's a wrap this very particular morning. If you have any question you want to throw at me this day, let's get talking and let me see some of the question. And in case if you guys are feeling that was my voice perhaps in Uncle family, I am very strong. And so, okay, this one is asking me, sir, what are your thoughts on artificial intelligence? Sir, use it. Your name is Sam. Artificial intelligence are very important because whether I would like it or not, they are a compendiums of different varieties of, for example, there is what a ChatGPT free version can give you, and there is what a ChatGPT paid version can give you. Now, all of these very particular things, they are all artificial intelligence, but you can use artificial intelligence as a way to benchmark. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't do human intelligence survey? No. You can use artificial intelligence to a certain extent, gather the database, refine it in such a way that you can then use it to go do market viability for you to see what is happening at the real space. Because at the end of the day, artificial intelligence cannot give you the emotion and experience of people. That's one of the limits of artificial intelligence. That's why for me, I was saying to somebody, I said the business that cannot be crumbled by artificial intelligence is business that has to do with emotions. For example, artificial intelligence cannot create a cry. It cannot create a happiness. It can only explain. I think there was a day I was chatting with ChatGPT and I was asking a chat to say, okay, fine, how do I cry? Let me ask some stupid questions so that I want to know. I do that because I want to know the limit at which this thing can go. How do I cry? And the funny answer that the thing gave me is like, you can only cry when you have circumstances that, no, the circumstances that is not to your posture or to your mindset, and that affects you. I said, no, teach me how to cry. He said, I cannot teach you how to cry, except you have an external factor that will influence your emotion. So you even know. That's artificial intelligence. So because why? It is artificial, but you can gain information from artificial intelligence, structure it, that can then be able to help you get a proper. So please do me what you call a huge favor. Do not negate artificial intelligence. The AI of things are very important. They make life much more easier, but do not depend on them 100%, because sometimes you and I know these things were created by people. They can be modified in such a way that you will then depend on it so well to the point that you will lose. I tell people, I said, see, I don't have a problem if you use AI of things as your benchmark for survey. But if I can't find the emotions around it, then I know that you are beginning to lose touch. You're beginning to lose touch. The AI of things is supposed to help you expand what you have built in your mind, not literally using AI as your thinking board. It's a different ballgame entirely. When AfriOne was starting, we didn't use AI as AfriOne. We find it based on our experience. But obviously now we're using AI of things to be able to understand other aspect of things, but they are not our primary base in terms of developing solution for the people. I hope I've been able to answer you some, like call your name. All right, my time is left with 6 minutes to go. No, I've actually talked for 1 hour. Okay, wait, Echo, what are you doing? 1 hour, 6 minutes. And I'm looking at your board time. Your board time is timing me wrong. But family, if you have any question you want to ask me for today, while you are sending your question in, and maybe you want to call for your 50,000, I think I'll only be able to pick one caller for your 50,000 stuff. And you may be lucky that you who call, they just decide to just give you. Because today I'm not. But please, if you want to call me, do me a favor. Have a physical business where you're currently doing the stuff. What would the 50,000 do for you immediately? And also, how do you intend to market your product for you to be able to attract customers? You know, I can tell that one person may just be the lucky winner for today, because I have no energy. That's why I beg Echo, please reduce my time. And thank God he did. So any question that you want to ask, and if you want to talk to me about your business, you can definitely use the number that is here. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. These numbers, use the number there and call, and then we'll be able to attend to you. And if you have any question about your business that you want to talk to me about, why not? I have 5 minutes left for me to call it a wrap, and so we can then take it. But if not so, I believe that I've done a good job. And please let me advise, please take an advantage, share this very particular podcast, tell people about it. I want to encourage you, also invite people to join our WhatsApp group. I think the last number on this, yeah, the one that ends with 3453. Yeah. Please use that number. That's the number that has WhatsApp. Use the number to send us your ideas. Maybe you cannot talk live on call, but you can send a video of you pitching for a 50,000 naira seed. We don't charge you back for anything, at least for the few people who've been able to receive that. We don't charge back. We don't have any interest where we just want to see your business grow a bit. We just want to add that as extra cash to help your business grow. So please use the second number on the screen to be able to do that. But also remember that this very particular episode was proudly sponsored by Charlotte Prime Homes, who they currently have a product that they are selling now, which is known as Ethan Gold Estate. And so please, if you are interested in owning a land in Abuja, Karachi to be precise, I want to encourage you. I think I'm trying to look for their numbers for you to call them. So they have a 500 square meters of property of land, and that is currently in Karshi. So I want to encourage you, for those of you on my diaspora family, take advantage of it. 500 square meter going for 700,000 naira, which is less than 10,000 rand South African currency. So please, you can call them in you securing your own space of land in Karishi, in Nigeria, Abuja to be precise. I think Abuja, Nasarawa, somewhere around that place. There's a border between Nasarawa and Abuja. So, and it's a fast growing place. I think I was seeing somebody who literally was selling the same, in fact, their own is 400 square meter, but they were selling for 1.5 million. So Eton Gold currently is selling for 700,000 naira. Secured place, dry land, you guarantee that no matter how the rainfall, it's not going to be like Lekki. It's not a Lekki vibes kind of stuff. So I want to encourage you, please, you can call them on 080 988 99008. 080 988 99008. Or probably you can give them a call on 070 733 16184. 070 733 16184. And also the number that is currently scrolling down there where it says viewing, booking, purchase, please call that number. You'll be able to get them for you to get your land in Karachi of a place. With that being said, I choose to believe that I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that business growth, it's possible, but you have to be deliberate in making sure that number one, you are research-based. Number two, you are intentional. Number three, you have a story behind your product. Number four, you are deliberate in making sure that if it has to be done, then it is up to you. Maybe one day, this is me just saying, one day I will just have to bring in one of the Nigerian problems and let's solve it together. Eko was talking to me about the school issues that were happening where some dean was asking for 30,000 and the guy wanted to cash out 13 million. And tomorrow now, let's just leave it. My time is up. I'll see you, my family, literally next week at 11 a.m. Nigerian time, South African time, 12 p.m. on Wednesday at exactly 7 p.m. Nigerian time, 8 p.m. South African time on the Armed Forces Radio 107.7. With that being said, I remain your host, the Afropolitan Apostle, known as Darlington Steve. I will see you next week. Bye for now. Remain blessed. And please be an African. Be proud of your continent. Do not contribute to the social minions and disturbance that is going on. And please, above all, don't let these puppet masters call our politicians, some of them, to capture you to do their biddings. I'll see you next week. God bless you.
The AfriOne Show, voice of a new tribe, where the Afropolitan spirit rises as we come together to rebuild Africa, Nigeria, and its marketplace, empowering its people and the diaspora with everything they need. Together, we form a new tribe, creating opportunity and access to markets, driving reinvestments, fostering collaboration, and working to elevate and one another with proven solutions. A true revival in Africa is possible despite the challenges, though through intentional development that drives innovation, delivers mutual benefits, and inspires a culture of ownership for Africa and Africans. The time is now to unite, innovate, elevate with the Afropolitan Apostle, Darlington Steve, on the AfriOne Show, voice of the new tribe.